Hello, my wonderful Taurus. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay. Okay, guys, so we have the sudden wealth card here. You guys could be seeing double or triple sevens or 1111 constantly as a sign here. I feel like there's some sort of an unexpected outcome that is working out in your favor, or something is working out much better than you anticipated it to. I understand that this is a love reading, but there also could be some sort of a shift when it comes to your, financial life here, or your career, or your stability. There's definitely some sort of a change. But initially, what I was getting is something is working out for you much better than you anticipated it to. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we have the Fool card on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning that you have been manifesting. With the Fool card and the Ace of Swords, I do feel like there's like some sort of a finally moment, like finally this is happening for me, or finally, things are progressing. So things could have been very stagnant in a connection, or you're moving on from a stagnant connection and possibly dabbling in something new here. Okay. I do feel like this new beginning is going to require you to kind of like leave your comfort zone or do things differently from maybe what you're used to. Okay. So I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Okay. The Hanged Man. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. Someone could be viewing you as like having a shift in perspective, or changing something about yourself, or some sort of change, making some sort of changes in your personal life. Although I feel like this is someone who's also viewing you as being very discreet and maybe not being vocal about some sort of changes here. Because what I see is they know that something is changing for you, or maybe it could even be that you're having a change in perspective when it comes to them or the connection with them. But there's also an energy of, Taurus is not communicating that to me, or there's still a very like stagnant energy present in this connection, at least on their end in terms of how they're viewing you. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords followed by the Ace of Pentacles in the challenge position. I do see that there is a desire for a new beginning, or something to feel more stable between the both of you. But with that Seven of Swords in the challenge position, there may be something this person is not communicating to you that is creating a block, that is, genuinely bothering them, or weighing very heavily on their mind. So it's like, I want things to feel stable, but I don't think that we can get to that point until I open up or reveal, um, you know, how I'm truly feeling, or until I open up and reveal something that I know I should be telling Taurus. Because I do feel like they are wanting things to feel more stable, but they're also acknowledging something that they have been kind of hiding or keeping away from you. Even if you're aware of what this is, there's something here where this person wants you to hear it from them. Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, if it's not about coming clean or revealing something to you, it could also be read as someone who's wanting a new beginning, but there's some sort of strategy, involved here. So like wanting to reconnect with you, but maybe being very careful with how they're communicating with you, possibly even feeling like they're walking on eggshells or avoiding opening, like a can of worms here. There's definitely strategy behind their approach. But I do see it as someone who feels like if they were to be open with you or communicate something that is weighing very heavily on their mind, it would almost remove a block. When it comes to this connection, they may feel like the fact that they're not communicating to something to you is the reason why, the connection is stuck. So you're viewing them in the Seven of Pentacles energy. Hmm. You're definitely in a very analytical energy this week, Taurus. I feel like when you are, looking at this person or thinking of this person or this connection, you're really looking at it and saying, is this worth the investment? And you're trying to be honest with yourself. You're trying to be realistic with yourself. And the Seven of Pentacles in this deck in particular, he doesn't look the happiest. So I feel like there's something here that just doesn't feel realistic to you. Maybe you feel like it's not going to work out the way that you want it to. And what's interesting to me is you're viewing them in the Seven of Pentacles energy, and we have the Seven of Swords in the challenge position, which is giving me a very strong energy of you trying to figure something out about this person, but you want to hear it from this person, or you're not sure that it's like, I don't want to assume something. I want to know that it is a fact or it is, the truth. And there's something you're trying to figure out about this person. You're definitely analyzing the situation here, but you're feeling a bit defeated. I also feel like, this is a connection where you feel like you have invested a lot of time and energy here. And in the Seven of Pentacles, there, he's holding on to Two Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles in tarot is like a little bit of a back and forth energy. Right. And I think what you're specifically going back and forth about is like, do I invest in this connection with this person or do I let it go? Okay. So in your feelings, we have the Six of Wands and we have the Queen of Swords. There's a part of you that feels like you want to rise above from this situation or completely cut ties here. I do see that for those of you that are feeling confused, you could be receiving some sort of clarity that makes you feel more at ease. Even if it's not directly from this person, I do see some sort of clarity where you're like, you know what, my head is above the clouds. I know what's going on, or it could even be your intuition that is being confirmed. And we have the Six of Wands, which could be, again, some sort of, change in your, when it comes to your finances or your career. But Six of Wands is usually success, victory. And for others of you, it's just, the success or victory is overcoming a situation that you feel like, has kept you stuck for a very long time. Especially if you felt some sort of connection with this person, but you also felt like the connection wasn't progressing the way that you wanted it to, and you felt like you were still feeling very stuck in it. You are releasing yourself, from that energy. So something feels very freeing, okay? And you feel less restricted in a way. Okay. So we have the Justice card. You could be dealing with the Libra and the Ten of Cups. Yeah. This could be someone that you were in a higher level of commitment with the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords. This could be an energy of, newly becoming single, right? So, like releasing yourself from a situation or choosing not to no longer commit to someone here. And the Justice card could touch on some sort of legal matters that you are facing when it comes to this connection. Or it could also be read as you weighing, the pros and cons of the situation here, which is what I was touching on with the Seven of Pentacles. Like what's working in this connection? What is working out the way that I want it to versus what is, hindering me or what is causing me to feel very restricted. And I do feel like it's someone that you have a lot of love for. There, in your feelings, I do see that you wish that things could be different, but a part of you is very tired of wishing, and you are approaching this situation in more of like a realistic way, where it's like, yes, I can wish for A, B, and C, but I also have to accept the reality of the situation here. So there could be, it could be a little bit of heavy energy, or you feel like, you are really going through the motions this week. So the Five of Swords is clarifying the Seven of Swords, and the King of Swords clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Seems to me that this is a separation that is pretty recent. But it also seems to me that there has been, a time where you guys were very committed to each other, or maybe for others of you, quite literally in a higher level of commitment, maybe even marriage with the Justice and the Ten of Cups in your feelings. Yeah. So, the Five of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords, it's kind of telling me everything I need to know in the challenge position. It's someone who feels very conflicted because of their dishonesty. It's someone who is thinking about you, but the main thing that comes to mind is what they did not communicate to you, and how things could be different if they were able to tell you what they were really going through, in that moment there. And the King of Swords clarifying the Ace of Pentacles is an energy of, yes, I want things to feel more stable, but I also feel like that's not realistic. Just being transparent here, Taurus, I think that a part of this person knows that they need to let this connection go, or they need to accept that something is over or not going to be the same again. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. It's just like accepting the truth for what it is and not creating any illusions in their mind. And the reason why they're feeling challenged is because a part of them knows that it's, they haven't communicated something to you, or they haven't been completely transparent with you in the past, and that's definitely going to affect the stability of this connection, right? Because it's going to result in you not trusting this individual, and maybe even you guys growing apart here. And it's like they're conflicted and they're thinking about you, but they also are a bit frustrated, or there's something that's causing them to feel like, I need to detach for a while. Or if you're in separation with this person, they feel like it's much needed. You could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or that could just be the energy that they're, embodying, where it's like they're really um, thinking about you, up in their mind about you, but they're trying to make sense of it all. And I do feel like they're hurt when it comes to not being completely open with you, but I think that this is something that is more so affecting them on a mental level. Like they feel very wrong, about it, or they feel like it was out of character for them to, not be open with you or keep something away from you. And it's something that they're constantly thinking about, but in a way, they're not allowing their emotions to get involved. They may feel like when they let their emotions get involved, it's like a downward spiral from there. But definitely feeling very, very conflicted with the Five of Swords. Okay. And for some of you with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, some sort of dishonesty resurfacing could be the reason why the both of you are not speaking to each other, or there's some sort of like, a separation here. We have the Four of Cups in their feelings, and we have the Hierophant. This person definitely feels like they disappointed you in one way or another, but they're looking at the situation. They're not happy with it, because the Four of Cups is when you're not happy in the current moment, but there could also be some sort of differences that are being highlighted for this person, where again, it's making them feel like it's not realistic, or it's not realistic in the current moment. There's definitely something that they're learning about you, but I will say Four of Cups is that energy of, not being content, but doing more fantasizing or thinking about what could be, instead of actually taking the necessary steps towards it. So like this person, it's not the most action-oriented energy. It's someone who feels more lost in their thoughts or their feelings towards you. We have the Prince of Wands in their feelings and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. And it's interesting because as I opened this spread, I said something was going to turn out for you much better than you anticipated it to. And the Prince of Wands, as well as the Wheel of Fortune, could be a message that changes the dynamic of things. The cards are not really telling me that this person is coming clean or confessing something, but I do see someone who's opening a conversation with you. And that may be something that you don't expect. So we have the Lovers. Some of you could be dealing with the Gemini, and the Nine of Pentacles and the potential outcome. What's the Lovers? The Six of Swords, okay. The Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So what I see here in the potential outcome is, the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles could be someone who's acknowledging that, the separation occurred for a reason, and they could be manifesting some sort of a new beginning here. But we have the Lovers as well as the Six of Swords. Just being completely transparent here, Taurus, like some of you are genuinely feeling guided to move away from this connection, even if it's for the time being. And that's something that I see in, the similarities between both feelings. Like, I think a part of you knows that it is time for you to detach. And I think most certainly a part of this person feels that way because they know that they haven't been open about something. But it's like, yes, I do see communication, but I don't necessarily see someone owning up to, what has happened in the past, at least not in the current moment. And in the potential outcome, I do see that there's, a potential for a conversation. But the Lovers and the Six of Swords is when your feelings, like either your intuition or something is telling you, in terms of like the thoughts that you're having, or you're being very logical about a situation, because the Swords energy is usually more of what's happening, for you mentally. It's like something is guiding you to move away from this connection, even if it's for the time being. Do I think that it's going to be easy? No, because the Lovers is definitely a very potent connection, or someone that you feel very deeply towards. But Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords is valuing your peace of mind, or valuing your overall well being over a connection that is causing you to feel stuck or stressed. Okay. So let's see if there are any closing messages for you guys. Okay. Oh, okay. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson, right? And I was strongly getting that with the Six of Swords and the Lovers. Like this person could be acknowledging, or learning from this connection, but it's also like what they're learning is going to create some sort of an emotional gap, or they feel like they need to take a break and turn inward here. My life is not as together as it seems. So this person could be, wearing some sort of a mask, or there's a facade of keeping it together and maybe appearing to have things under control when they don't. They could even feel very lost in a way. I will wait for a sign from you. So this person could be waiting for, a sign from you, or they are, it's like thinking about you or connecting with you, but wondering if you're wanting to hear from them. Bottom of the deck, it says, I am afraid to contact you. So this could be someone who's waiting for a sign from you because they are fearing your response here. Anything else? I feel you even though we are apart. And this is what I was getting at. It is a very intense connection. I will say that. So despite the distance here, this person could still be feeling very deeply towards you, or they can also feel the things that you're thinking or feeling. There may be some sort of telepathic communication here. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.